Hello, and welcome back to our MekHQ playthrough, Raven Acquisitions. The last playthrough, we had some downtime, we had some fighting, and we are once again at another battle for Recon Evasion. This is a turning point battle, so we definitely want to try to win this if possible. And it looks like it might be out in the open a bit here. It's in the middle of the desert, and our goal is to stay alive for 12 turns. Let's see if we can do that. And the enemy will control the battlefield at the end. So anything of ours that loses a leg or is otherwise disabled, like one of our hovercraft perhaps, will be staying behind. Fortunately, the Draconis Combine has seen fit. Well, this is like a lunar landscape. The Draconis Combine has seen fit to send us some reinforcements in the form of some tanks at some point, undetermined. I guess I'll take a look. But we're just going to deploy our forces here, kind of in the middle of the map. And we'll do what we did last time, where we let the enemy decide where they're going. We're trying to drag them through all of this rough terrain here. They have, let's see what they have. They've got, let's go, fire starter or a javelin. Fire starter, chameleon, vedette, an assassin, and then there's a couple to the north here. It looks like another. It's a vedette. This is a Clint, stinger, and a scorpion. And there is some of our reinforcements. But we're just going to chill out where we're at here. Try to make the enemy run through all this crappy terrain here. With the fire starter down here on this low ground. I'll do the same with this fire starter. That was a Phoenix Hawk, I guess, the first one. But once the enemy decides where they're going to commit to, we're going to run the opposite direction and string them out. Because they do out round 6, so we have until round 6. They'll be coming from the northwest. So that's probably the direction we should be running towards here in just a minute or two. But for now, we chill out where we're at, and we hope this southern group down here keeps on running through all of this nasty terrain towards us. And we're just buying time, extending the fight, because once they get to grips with us, they will start, doing some damage, tearing chunks off of our mechs. We just have to try to try to prevent that until the last possible moment here. I'm just hitting skip movement when my turn rolls around. And our brave samurai friend there is just charging straight in his stinger. It's a 3G stinger. All right, we're going to one more turn, I think. Again, our goal is to scout the enemy. We have sight of them. We know what they consist of, and then run away. So off we go. And the hovercraft. We're gonna do normal movement on these so they don't, you know, flip over, do something stupid. Okie dokie. And they are just bum rushing that poor stinger, so he's not long for this world, but he might buy us maybe 2 turns of being a distraction. So far, so good. The assassin took a kick at him, and oh, he was kicked and he fell over. even better. All right. Reinforcements should be arriving. There we go. So our goal now is just to get behind the line of reinforcements. And really, that's about it. That'll be all she wrote once we get behind that. Because the enemy will be way too distracted to actually turn around and or to push through and deal with us. Look at that, the assassin's like roly poly on the ground there. We're gonna skip firing. We have an AC2 on that Vulcan we could be shooting over there, but it's not gonna do a whole lot. Look at that Stinger, man. He's like putting up a pretty good fight. He's already bought us two whole turns, going into the third turn of him being a good distraction. And then all of these tanks and whatnot will be even nicer. Okie dokie. Once we get on the other side of this ridge, we'll be in the low ground up here. Like they won't even have line of sight to us. So we'll probably be able to just call it at that point because we're already going into round 8, and that Stinger is still alive. We only have to survive for 4 more turns. Yep, we're just chilling out here. That assassin has managed to get himself all beat up by a Stinger. Mainly, well, it's kind of got himself beat up by his own actions by trying to kick the Stinger. But we would, if we were piloting that Stinger, we'd give him a uh, maneuver kill, as we call it, where if you force the other pilot to fall down and smash their head on something, then, well, there goes the Stinger. Okay, round 9. Yeah, I think we're just going to skip. Well, we lost a friendly Saladin tank. That's been the story of this planet, is losing Saladin tanks. Well, uh, Onikuma, that was the guy who was fighting for us, has ejected. We would pay a sizable ransom to get him back. He fought with great heart. Okay, it looks like the enemy is chewing through these tanks. So let's cluster ourselves up here in the far corner. Just doing our thing. But even if, I think even if they kill all the tanks at this point, we're not even within line of sight. We're in the low ground here, I think. 'Cause it's level 1, and then it dips down. Maybe. Skip. Because we can't see. It's all great. It's all grayed out up here. Actually, we can kind of see the mechs. I guess them being height 2, technically. Well, that's it. This is round 12. So we're just going to chill out. And if nothing shoots at us, we'll declare it a victory. Not even go through the physical phase. Skip, skip, skip. We're good. All right. Victory. We've lasted throughout round 12. I was going to call it a little bit earlier than that, but then we started to lose all those friendly tanks. I thought, well, they might actually get a lucky shot on us if they really try. But so the enemy retains control. We took no damage. We fired no shots. The perfect operation for a scouting lance. Let's advance a day. Personnel market has been updated. We'll take another mech tech, of course. We'll take pretty much all the mech techs we can get. No vehicle crews. Oh, the unit's deployment has officially concluded. I better take a look. It's February 2nd. Really? That's the day? Yeah, it is. All right, cool. GG. I wasn't even paying attention to it. So this was a 3-month deployment, this contract? Okay. Well, we will complete the mission, call it a success. They're the pirates are buying their prisoners back, so we will accept that. We'll roll. We'll probably lose someone here. We lost elite admin, HR, elite soldier, elite Aztec. And we pay them out. And issue awards all around. Good job, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. And oh, we do have some soldiers we can assign here. There you go. Battle mech recovery vehicle needs this higher minimum complement. We don't want to assign our good folks to that thing. So we lost a few folks. No problem. So our salvage team's looking pretty cool. Now the question is, what kind of mechs do we want to purchase here? Cool, we get another 19 million C-bills as the final payout for the job here. For the jib. Now, what do we want to buy? Like, what can we... I wouldn't mind another grasshopper. I really like grasshoppers in this era. But we are in, I was going to say late 3049, but we're actually in 3050 now. There might be more available. So we have Kilo Lance here, which could use something to kind of fill it out a bit. We got the grasshopper, which is our jumpy threat. We always like to get something that can jump in basically every lance. There's nothing on a Wolverine this can jump, right? Surely this is the jumpy version. And then a couple of jumpers there. So we want a mech to fill out Kilo Lance. Kilo Lance has just been attached to third company because we didn't want to start a fourth company just yet. So what could they use? They could use something long range. So let's take a look and see. Purchase unit. We are in the 3050 era, so we'll have to take a look at some stuff here. Unit type mech. We're gonna go for assault because I got my eye on potentially a longbow. The longbow is 80 tons, isn't it? Oh, I'm just illiterate. I don't know my alphabet. There it is. So this is okay. I mean, it's rocking primitive armor. What if we go with the box set version? Here we go. This is a little bit different. This is quite a lot different, really. Now, do we want the fast one or the slow one? The fast one has a lot less armor. The slower ones have more armor, different weaponry. This is kind of a in between where we got the speed and we got some of the armor, but we lose any other kind of upgrades. We don't have much ammo for it either. How about this one here? How are we looking on the ammo? Not great. One reload. Or no, hang on. I was looking at the heat. So we do have, yeah, 12 shots and then 12 shots. I mean, I guess. What about the 7Q? The 7Q might be the one we want to use. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for the 7Q. We will buy that. And we could buy one more mech if we really wanted to. Like we could even leave it in mothball. Do we have any other units in mothball here? But we could buy something and just leave it until we can fill out another whole lance. We don't have anything else in mothball. So we filled out that lance. We gave him some long-range striking power. Now, what do we want? Is there anything really cool that's available to us right now? 3050. Here's the 3050 upgrade for the Battlemaster. They gave it an XL engine. It's gonna be 19 million, unfortunately. I don't mind this version of the Battlemaster. You lose the PPC, but you gain an LRM-20. Actually, I don't know. So it's a little bit weird. Maybe the 3049 version's better. There's an ERPPC. Hmm. I like all the pulse lasers. This is the one I want. This is the D version. This is the GD version, which has it's a little bit of a hmm. You know what? I like this version of the Battlemaster. It's okay, but what kind of lance would we put it into? That's the question. That is the question. I mean, there's Marauder 2s, but I don't think logically we would be able to get our hands on one of those. It's a Wolf's Dragoons mech right now. I think it's like Blackwell Industries. I think they're only selling it to Wolf's Dragons and maybe like a select small group. What about the Zeus, the Command Zeus? This is the Command Zeus, isn't it? It's DC. Yeah, it's got the command console there. So it's rocking an ERPPC, ER large laser, an LRM-15 with case, which is pretty good. It does lack a little bit of firepower for an 80-ton mech. When you could have an awesome, which has 3 PPCs. Well, I mean the LRM-15, the ER large laser, and the ERPPC, that's almost like having an awesome. It's like build your own awesome. It's faster. It is faster than an awesome. It's not maxed out on armor, which I'm not a fan of, but it can fight with, that's at 1631 heat. It can walk and fire, yeah, all of its energy weapons. You know what? Let's buy ourselves a Zeus, and we'll keep it. Well, hang on, let's check the heavies real quick. I'm going a little bit hard on assault max. Wow, there's a catapult with arrow 4. I am a fan. The Caesar's out now. It's an XO engine, unfortunately. Try to stay away from XO engines, mainly due to the cost. You can see the just it goes up, 13 million right off the bat. When we could go and get almost any assault we want that doesn't have a XO in it for like 9 million, and that, save us. You essentially get any assault you want plus an extra 4 million. Here's the Warhammer 7M. Still not great on armor, is it? Not that one either. That one's a little bit better. The 7A, that is a that's actually a really nice Warhammer. But we're going to get that. Hmm. Actually, you know what? I want something. Okay. I know I keep waffling back and forth. I'm sorry. I'm being indecisive here. But is it Baker Lance? Might be Hotel Lance. Has this Grand Dragon in it. I would like to get this pilot out of the Grand Dragon. So yeah, actually, I'd like to get it into that Warhammer. So let's go back in and purchase the Warhammer. I think it's the 7A. Yes. How does it fit all of that good stuff on this thing? Well, either way, we're going to buy it. Cool. And when that arrives, we'll let us sell off the Grand Dragon. Okay. So let us advance the day. So they'll be here by the end of the month. We don't really need anything else at the moment here. None of these pilots or personnel do us any good. Says a baby has arrived. A babby. We'll take another mech tech. We lost an HR person. We're still really good on personnel, but if I happen to see a decent HR person, I'll probably snatch him up just to keep our. There's an elite mech tech, an elite vehicle crew member. Yes, please. We'll find something for you to do. But yeah, we have so many people now that every time we end a contract, there's pretty much always going to be a small chance that there's always someone's going to leave just due to like you're going to roll snake eyes on someone. Another vehicle crew member. Oops. And let's start going 1 week at a time to the end of February here, because we gotta check contract. Yeah, because we gotta get a new contract. So new week. Transport doesn't do us any good. New week. Do we want another veteran mech warrior? Nah, we're good for now. New week. Oh, this person has lost some loyalty to the unit. That's one of our regular VTOL pilots. They also just got married, so maybe they're thinking about bailing out now that they're married. Kind of interesting. All right, now we're gonna go just day by day to the end of February here. Oh, another set of battle armor. Yeah, we'll take that. And we'll assign them to the security. There you go. We also need to get them a technician. So there you go, regular tech. And we have these two mothballed units. Let's get the longbow up and running. Actually, no, we can do that when we get to the where we're going next, because tomorrow is the first of the month, or tomorrow's the 28th, but the day after is the first of the month, and there's no point in unpacking it now just to pack it up here. Okie dokie. Personnel market. Last, oh, we'll take an elite mech warrior and check the unit market. Anything good in here? Kintaro. It's pretty solid. There's also a Royal Wyvern XL engine, and it's got that 464 movement. Oh, that's what I should start doing with my end of contract. I should start trying to replace the Wyverns that we have. I think we still have two of them. And this is it. I think we're not really. There's a Griffin. That might be a new Griffin. This is a new Griffin. It's got the ERPPC and the LRM-20. It's all right, but you expect a little bit, and it's on the black market. Never mind. All right, new contract. Let's take a look. See what we got. We got several job offers. Let's take a look at the map real quick too. Things are still quiet. Still, the periphery has been attacked by these unknown pirates. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. We have a 4-month contract for the FedCom. It's not very far away, is it? It's actually right next door. 60% salvage. Can we get any better transport terms? We go up to 60. What about better support? No, we get worse. And can we improve our salvage rights? No, we made them worse. Okay, well, that's not great. How about this one? Can we, working for the Free Worlds League against the FedComs, we get 30%, and oh geez, I really messed up by dropping our salvage. Oh, there we go. That's what we want right there. Okay. 100% salvage. We'll be fighting on Shinobi, doing some relief duty against the Draconis Combine. They have regular experience and sea level equipment, which is average. Because it goes, it should go like A, B. A is the worst and F is the best. Yes, we will take that contract. Thank you very much. We need 32 tons of cargo space. We have 142. We will mothball everything, and we will begin transit. Awesome. So let's advance 1 week at a time here. Everything's packed up. So new week. New week. My UI is jumping around a bit here. New week. And I'm just watching how many jumps we are away. Because once we get within one jump, we're gonna start advancing 1 day at a time, because you could potentially skip past your start date. Hey, we get some 4 years of service for some people here. Unit market update. We have 92 million C bills now, but I'm not really seeing much here that we want. That warrior, that's not the good warrior we want. Mm, no, unfortunately. Unfortunately. All right, cancel personnel market check. Nothing. New week. All right, we're one jump out. So we're gonna go, we're 50% charged. So it should be like a couple days charging. And now we jump. We're 7 days out. So we're gonna go new week. We'll take a veteran aerotech. And we go new day. We don't want a suburban mech. And new day. We've arrived at our contract. Let's take a look at this planet. I see mountains, hot mountain wet, badlands, desert, mountain, jungle, dry hills, sea, and hills, hot hills, wet. So we could have some really very ugly stuff here. But our mission is relief duty. So we're going to be here for a while. The enemy is currently advancing. Area of operations. We have to maintain control of the Allied mech base. And basically, we have to locate and capture or destroy a designated facility. No problem. So let's unpack the longbow. We'll use one of our techs with a lot of minutes. We'll unpack the warhammer. And we need to sell off the Grand Dragon. Let's put these in alphabetical order. The Grand Dragon, we sell. And who's in that thing? Eraser. Sergeant Boyd Eraser. So we're going to slip them into the Warhammer. So we assign them an elite. There you go. And you're going back into the lance you came from, which was Juliet Lance, I think. Or which lance were you in? Oh, you were in Hotel Lance, which was overcrowded with people anyway. But we will put you in there. We're going to take the Blackjack out of that unit because it's got too many people. And then we have the Longbow, which is going to go into, it's going to be the last mech in Kilo Lance. So let's assign a technician to the Warhammer. So like a green tech will be actually a regular tech because it's got some decent stuff on it. And then this longbow needs a pilot. We'll give them an elite pilot so they can hit stuff. We'll assign them a technician. We'll assign them a green tech. And I want to swap some of this ammo for swarm ammo on the longbow. Yes. And then we assign the longbow to Kilo Lance to give them some long-range firepower. The Blackjack, you're just going to have to chill out for now. I think the Blackjack came with one of the pilots. I think it was like an elite pilot we hired, and I was like, let's just It can go to Charlie Lance. Charlie Lance is actually down a mech. So there you go. I want every lance to have like 4 mechs and then maybe some support depending on the mech composition if they're not very good mechs. So like this group here, India Lance could probably use some help. So we'll move the Plainsman. Now we move the Manticore down there because they have some nice firepower here in Charlie Lance. So let's go like that and go like this. Cool. All right, let's do a couple drops real quick. Start. Oh, hang on. I have to assign my units here. So first company is Frontline. And then second company is Patrol. And third company is Maneuver. We have a Juliet Lance's Frontline. But the rest of these are Maneuver. Okay. Do some scouting. In you go. In you go. And in you go. There we go. Isolated dropship defense. What does that mean? That happens in 5 days. An allied dropship's been isolated. The enemy will control it in the battlefield. It's going to be Hills Hot Jungle. So the allies, they're sending us some mech reinforcements. And it's going to be an allied dropship, which means it'll kind of be able to look after itself a bit. But we just need a bit to get there. So it's going to be Hills Hot Jungle. So we're going to send in one of our maneuver lances, I think. Let's send in Kilo Lance. Actually, the Zephyr won't do very well in Jungle Hills. So let's send in Hotel Lance. 2 Warhammers, the Phoenix Hawk is going to strike Falcon. And let's do mass personnel training. See if we can get our VTOL pilots, like VTOLs, skilled up. Let's see, we'll do piloting VTOL. Nope. VTOL vehicle gunner. So we'll do gunnery vehicle. Oh, look at all those. And then vehicle crew members, I think, do gunnery too. And let's do our mech warriors. Why not? Mech warriors, gunnery mech. And then check for piloting. Can any of them also level up piloting? A couple of them can. Lamb pilot. We'll do gunnery mech. Vehicle gunner. Did I just do that? I did just do that, didn't I? Aerospace pilot. Gunnery aerospace. And then we'll do piloting aerospace. And then we have a couple conventional pilots as well here. Gunnery aircraft, nothing. And then soldiers, we'll do anti-mech climbing for them. So that should improve their swarm attacks. If I ever, if they ever swarm a mech. And then we need tech mech here. There we go. We need mechanics, so tech mechanic. There we go. We're gonna have a fantastic technical crew. Tech aero. And then battle armor tech, battle armor, nothing. And then doctor, tech med, or maybe it's surgery. Yeah, I think it's surgery. In Mech Warrior RPG, it's like tech med, admin. We'll level up our administrators. Nothing. There we go. And then there we go, and there we go. And that HR actually makes up for losing one of our HR people. Narrow versions deployment period is 0 days, so we get our people back immediately. So let's do some more scouting in the meantime. We have a battle that's set up. I think there's one coming now. There's another one. Isolated dropship defense. There's another one. And then we'll deploy another patrol and another patrol. Let's take a look at this other one here. So we said we wanted to send in Hotel Lance for one of these. So one is today. That's in Grasslands. So the first one we want to send in Hotel Lance. Yes, Hotel Lance. Oh, 301. Okay. Hotel Lance. And then this is this the same mission? And the allied dropship has been, yep. So the enemy will control the field, blah blah blah. So it's Grasslands and it's a decent sized map. So let's send in Kilo Lance, which is the one I wanted to send in originally. So that should be pretty cool. So in you go with Kilo Lance. And that happens today. That happens right now. And we're 42 minutes into the episode. So we're just going to save the campaign. I'm going to tell you how much I appreciate you being here. And then I'm going to tell you that I'll see you next time. Thank you.